Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Tickle Your Bone Weekly Comedy Festival with your host and MC, Mr. Sean McCarthy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to our Halloween Tickle Your Bone Weekly Comedy Festival here at Brigett's Last Laugh, where we will have the last laugh at tonight's show. Hi, my name's Sean McCarthy. I'm your host for the show, as usual. I hurt my voice. I was a little sick, so I'm losing my voice. I don't have much wind before I lose my voice. This is Waylon, my dog. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sure you all met him. I promised him I would give him a few minutes, and he wanted me to tell you a joke that that one of his favorite new jokes that he's using his act. He likes to always close with, "It's rough out there." But this is a true story. I took him. I've only had him for 3 months, and just last week we went to Hollywood to meet some big producers because I said my dog is special. He can talk, and they go, "No, your dog." I said, He can talk. Watch." So we met this big Hollywood producer, and we went in, and he goes, he looks at my dog. He looks at Waylon and goes, "What's on a house?" And Waylon goes, "Roof." And then the producer goes, who's the greatest baseball player of all time? And he goes, "Roof." And then the producer was like, "Get out of here, your dog can't talk." And then we were out in the lobby, and Waylon was all upset, and he looked at me, he goes, "Should I have said DiMaggio?" "Thank you, I'll be here all week, try the veal." Okay, that's Waylon. He's a little excited. I just had to hold him. And tonight is our Halloween show, so people will be dressed up in costume. And my costume is of a guy that's 54 that used to be in a bebop. That's it right there. I used to be in a breakdance crew. That's my whole outfit. I just wanted to wear something comfortable that I like to wear. And I was like, someone goes, "Hey, you look like a bebop guy." I was like, all right, I'm a breakdancer. So anyway. Does anyone have some cardboard? I'll show you. I can spin on my head. All right. So everyone's going to come up. Most people will be dressed in an outfit tonight. And we have a fantastic show. I'm very excited. I have to mention a few sponsors. Please, if you're going to get yourself a bagel in Phoenix, go to Bagelfeld. The greatest bagel ever. I also have to mention Living Spaces. They give us a few dollars. Oh, Riley. No, that's not true. Go see Carrie Medina at Crescent Salon, and yeah, she's great. She'll make you pretty. Also, if you have if you have anything solar and you need some cleaning, call Lyndon at Complete Solar Care, something like that. That's what I said. Complete Solar Cleaning. And wait, who's the other young lady that does tattoos and hair, Paul? Tina Sanchez. There's a lady named Tina Sanchez. She'll do a tattoo and cut your hair, or put a tattoo of hair on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, Tina Sanchez. Check her out. And then also, me and Paul, me and a friend of mine, well, actually, his real name is Ted. So Ted back there on the ones and twos and the audio visual. We call him Little Fed Effexadrine. But he saw Sunny Slope Stevie Ray Vape, and we got these from Sunny Slope. These are great there. It's medical meth, fentanyl, and pine sulfur terps with CBDs. This one's got everything. This is the Chris Farley and or John Belushi one because it's got the uppers and the downers. And I'll pass it around if you don't have COVID or herpes. Okay. Sunny Slopes, Stevie Ray Vapes. All right, they're great. Yes, and so anyway, here's the deal. I lost my voice. I was a little sick. It sounds horrible. I feel like I could have been Robert Kennedy Jr. tonight, and it would have been perfect. You see, the thing is my uncle was shot in 9/11. No, it's all conspiracy with that family. All right, so here's a couple impersonations that'll work for this voice. If you remember Brenda Vaccaro, I'm Brenda Vaccaro, and I wear maxi mini pads. Okay, so that was the 70s. This is Harvey Fierstein. I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong? That's fucking spot on with this voice. And then, oh yeah, you're going to snap into a Slim Jim. Okay, so there's 3 impersonations I can do with this. What's that? Kathleen Turner. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm romancing the bone. I don't know. I can't think of. That's when I first moved to New York City. There was a porn theater that always had like they would play porn movies, but they would, instead of like romancing the stone, I remember it said romancing the bone. Like they always had like a knock. I remember calling my mom, going, "Mom, the theaters around here are crazy." All right. I also like to give a big shout out. I know that we're famous now because there's this fucking prick named Dixie Boy 568. I'm looking at you. By the way, we're live right now on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. We put this up live so the comics have a free feed so they can see their work, and it's been pretty good. We're getting a bunch of subscribers, and we're trying to get a bunch of views because we know we can monetize it, and then we can pay all the comics except Ricky Brindley, who's on his phone right now. You son of a bitch. Listen, Hamburglar, you just got busted. Okay, I'm kidding. Like anyway, my point is, so we're trying to get a bunch of subscribers. So subscribe to TickleYourBone.com because the more we get and more views, we can get money, monetize it, blah, blah, blah. It's a wonderful show, and I love it. Monetize it, blah, blah, blah. TickleYourBone.com, yeah. So anyway, so that being said, we got a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of viewers, and we're getting close to being able to monetize. But there's this fucking prick, Dixie Boy 568, the only fuck that leaves comments on our fucking videos, and this is the first one that was negative. He said, "Whoever opens a show is a meth head." Me. He said I was a meth head. So that pissed me off. And then he said, women aren't funny, but there was only one woman on the show, and it was at the very end. So he watched the whole show just to say that women aren't funny. And then he said that he sets his naps by the show. So Dixie Boy 568, whoever you are, you fucking prick, I will kick your ass. And if you were actually like maybe getting laid or had someone you love in your life, you wouldn't be so pissed off. And you'd enjoy this fucking show. Dixie Boy 568, I don't know who you are, but come find me. We're here at Brigett's, the funniest show on Cave Creek, north of Bell Road, somewhere in Phoenix, you prick. Seriously, this guy, Dixie Boy 568, shits on us every week. You fucking prick. I don't know who Dixie Boy 568 is, but he's an asshole. So I hope you're fucking famous now. You're the one person, like everyone, most of the comments are like, my son is so funny. It's like somebody's mom from Boston. But Dixie Boy 568, you're a dick. All right. Moving on. I think that's all the announcements I said. So my voice is really, really shot, and I'm sure it's annoying and probably horrible to listen to. So I'm not going to rant and rave and go on like I normally do for 45 minutes before I bring up the talent. Hey, is Eric here, by the way? All right. Eric Sobczak is not here, but the Diamondbacks are losing. And if you know Eric Sobczak, he's a big Diamondbacks fan, and we're just hoping that he's okay right now. But he probably literally bet. My dog Waylon, I'm sure he somehow tried to bet my dog Waylon on FanDuel in some weird parlay that if the Texas Ranger guy has a testicle fall out in the middle of the game and someone hits a home run in the sixth, that gambling is changing everything. You pay attention to NFL football and how that's changing because of FanDuel. Pricks. I tell you what. And let me say this, too. This just for no other reason. Jimmy Garoppolo's an asshole. That guy drives me nuts. I can't stand that fucking guy. How does he have a career? He's a loser. He doesn't win. Oh, because he's good looking. You look at Jimmy Garoppolo and be like, you could do anything. Lead my team to victory. And then he loses. You're like, you son of a bitch. You threw 8 interceptions. And then he looks at you again. What is it? I miss McGloin. Did I miss that fucking redhead stoner kid? What was his name? Yeah, Marijuanovich. All right, let me digress. Listen, I've never had a show on Halloween, so it's very exciting. Everyone's all dressed up, and it's going to be very exciting. Eric Sobczak's not here. We're going to kick it off with number 2, who's now Dan is not number. Now Dan is really not number 1. He's number 2 because he's the shit. Hello, I said that. I can't believe how bad my voice is. Sorry, I got to get back to my dog. Ladies and gentlemen, your first competitor in tonight's Halloween comedy competition, Trash or Treasure. Are you ready? Check it out. Comedy Hangman coming to you live. Theme show out the back door. I got to drop a deuce. Phoenix Comedy. Ready, Dan? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this funny son of a bitch, Dan Johnson.
How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for coming out to Brigett's. Seriously, How are you guys doing? No.
It's actually nice to be here. I was kind of, over the week, I was like, damn, I don't want to do that show. The World Series is on. It's Halloween. And then I watched the first couple innings of the game, and I turned it off. I'm a huge D-backs fan, too. I'm like, fuck this. Like, if you're going to get beat. Now 11-1 in the 8th. 11-1. That's how we World Series it in this town now. I had no plan. Figured I'd try to do maybe I do impressions from time to time. I do voices, but the problem is it's impressions that nobody knows. Like nobody in here probably remembers Howard Cosell from ABC Sport. This is Howard Cosell here, welcoming you to Brigett's Last Laugh, hosted by my good friend, Mr. Sean McCarthy. It's a great impression, but nobody knows who the fuck he is. It would have worked great in the 80s. But I got another one I found. I got the goatee. I got the mustache right now. So there is one I can do. It's a facial one. You just got to look at the face here. I'll back up a little bit. You guys remember Grumpy Cat? Yeah, check this out. Grumpy Cat. I'm also a grumpy fuck. So, there's a local comic who everybody loves, and every once in a while you see John Connell come out, and I do a pretty spot on of him. Do you know who John Connell is? No, you don't, of course. Let's see if I can get it. Gotta be a little bit nasally. This is John Connell, and I was on a website, and I was trying to buy a hat. And then there's a box. You have to check the box to prove you're not a robot. And I was like, what's wrong with this website? Why won't they sell hats to robots? That's pretty good. That's actually really spot on. So much so that he fucking hates it when I do it to him. And it's really hard. Like, he'll walk in the room and I'll go, John, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming to my house to watch football today. You want a shot of Malort? There's one I'll try. I've been wanting to do this one. So, like, when I do impressions, I don't actually do an impression of the person. I hear somebody do an impression, and then I do a spot-on impression of that impression. So one I've been trying to figure out is Bernie Mac. Let's see if I can get it. I was like, tired of these motherfuckers. Nope, that's not it. I had it earlier today. Let me see. I'll try it again later. We'll pop it in here somewhere. Because I had one. But then I was thinking, like, if I'm going to do Bernie Mac, I should probably, like, darken my face up a little bit so I really look the part. Blackface is never allowed unless you can do a good Bernie Mac. So I can't do blackface yet. Give it a couple of weeks.
Blackface.
That's right. And I was doing this Bernie Mac at work all day, like silently, very quiet to myself, and it sounded really good. Because I'll do, when I try to figure out an impression, I do it in my head, and I don't actually do it, and I'm like, well, that's how it should sound. And then somehow it comes out, except for the Bernie Mac, but we'll get there. What else should we talk about? I worked with a guy named Jacob. I do a spot-on impression. Do you know Jacob? No? He used to do oil changes at the AAA on Camelback, 1050 East Camelback. And Jacob was impossible to please. And then he was from Baltimore, but kind of like halfway up the hills. Like, there are the hills outside of Baltimore, which, like, really fucking creepy cousin fuckers come out of there, too. And they, like, the kind of people who call it Wooder. Can I get a glass of Wooder? And they call it Bodemore. Bodemore. I would get a glass of Wooder in Bodemore. But Jacob, the thing he said most often was, what the fuck? Anytime he asked, hey, Jacob, could you hand me that thing? What the fuck? Am I your fucking secretary? I don't fucking think so. Jacob he'd wear a sweatshirt and a beanie every day. Like June, it's 115. And he's out there, and I'm like, Jacob, aren't you hot? What kind of fucking question is that? What are you fucking stupid or something? Of course I'm fucking hot. I said, well, why don't you take the sweatshirt off? Well, I like this sweatshirt. I think I look pretty fucking good in it. He used to bitch about how ever since, for whatever reason, he hated me. Which it's probably because I fucked with him all the time. Somebody would call to make an appointment for an oil change, and he was planning on leaving at 1. And I'd sneaky on the phone. I'd get my coworker's attention. I'd be like, hey, watch this. And I'd tell the person on the phone, I'd go, you know what? My 4 p.m. just canceled. Do you want that spot? And they'd be like, yeah, 4 p.m. today. And then I'd get to go out and go, hey, Jacob, I just booked a 4 p.m. Oil change. Hey, why the fuck you gonna do that for? I wanted to fucking go home. I'm like, yeah, but you don't make any money. He's like, yeah, ever since you started here, I don't make no fucking money. I'm like, well, Jacob, you're hourly and you leave at 1 p.m. every day. Well, I want to go home. I live out in fucking Maricopa. I don't want to make that drive at 5. I want to go home at 1. But Jacob, you're not going to make any money if you leave at 1. I know. Ever since you came here, I don't make no fucking money. One day he asked me to pull a car into a bay for him. And I was like, what? Why? And he goes, well, it's stick shift. And I said, oh, you don't know how to drive stick shift? And he goes, why the fuck everybody asked me that? I'm like, well, Jacob, you asked me to pull it in because you can't. So you don't know? I can teach you how to drive stick shift. I know how to drive stick shift. I was fucking hurt in the Army. He was apparently, according to him, he was a paratrooper who one day I let my old best friend pack my fucking parachute for me. And I jump out of the plane and it catches my leg and then my foot fucking came up here by my head. Like it ripped your leg. Yeah, that's what I fucking said. You fucking stupid? You don't fucking hear me no good?
Sounds like he was embarrassed.
Oh, yeah. And I tried to constantly embarrass him. Could never figure out why he didn't like me. And then we'd be like, well, Jacob, oh, man, it's too bad you can't drive stick shift. And he'd get all sad. Oh, that is bad because that was my favorite thing to do. Like, your favorite thing to do was drive a stick shift 12 feet into a bay and do an oil change. That's not what I fucking meant. I would like to get out on Sundays and fucking drive. Fucking Jacob. I want to try that Bernie Mac again, but... These motherfucking kids. These motherfucking kids. Nope, still not there. It's getting there. We're almost there. We got another, I don't know, minute or two. I don't have anything else to talk about, so I guess we can do some more Jacob. Oh, I will tell this. I'll actually get out of here. Jacob, every day for lunch. So Jacob, he didn't make no fucking money. And so every day we'd be like, hey, Jacob, we'll buy your lunch. If you run, you go drive and get it. I ain't wasting my fucking gas on you. Fuck you. And then he'd sit down and he'd order DoorDash. So he got, on what ended up being his last day, he got, it's only because of the violent threats he made afterwards when I was laughing at him. He DoorDashed from, what's it called? Cold beer and cheeseburgers, right? So it's already an $18 cheeseburger, and then you're paying $12 so it's like $35. And he's sitting there and hey, where's my fucking burger? Takes so fucking long. So he gets in his car and he drives to Cold Beer and Cheeseburger to be like, hey, where's my fucking burger? That fucking DoorDash out like fucking 30 minutes ago. And they're like, well, that's DoorDash. That's not us. So he comes back to work. There his burger is sitting. And he opens it up and starts to just shove the whole thing in his mouth. But the thing about Cold Beer and Cheeseburgers is they do this thing like fancy burger style where to hold it together, they put a toothpick in the middle of it. She knows where this is going. I can see her head down there. And sure as shit, you start hearing him going, "Ah!" And you look out the window and he's like this. Jacob, what the hell? What's wrong? Cold Beer Cheeseburger's trying to fucking kill me. What do you mean trying to kill? They put a fucking toothpick in there. And I'm like, Jacob, it's right in the. Are you fucking stupid or something? How do you not see the toothpick? And then he got mad. I'm gonna fucking stab you in the fucking throat. And, I fucking hate you guys. And then he got fired. That's Jacob. I'm gonna get out of here. Should I try the Bernie Mac one more time? Because I'm gonna let it go. Bye, guys. Dan Johnson, thank you.
Dan Johnson, let's hear it for that. Fine young cannibal. Dan Johnson. And let's say hi to Mr. Amos is over there in the corner. And I think Raven Gregory just walked in, ladies and gentlemen. Shit's lit now. Raven, look at my doggy. All right, coming to the stage now, he's got one of the best costumes of the night. Who probably won the best comedy costume contest tonight. The best costume. I know this cat for like ever. He's super cool, and I love him dearly. Please put your hands together, Mr. Ricky Brindley.
Hey, thank you very much. So, happy Halloween, everyone. Yeah. Did anybody go to like a haunted house this year? No way.
They all did.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild, but there's no way that they have gotten over that lead. So, anyway, did anybody go to a haunted house yet this Halloween season? No. Okay. Yeah, you guys must be kind of like me. They're getting a little played out. It seems like it's like kind of the same scenarios in movies keep doing or like, getting played out, you know, or like there'll be like a haunted like hospital or a guy with a chainsaw, you know, reliving the plot of Friday the 13th, something like that. I think that we can get a little bit more creative. We can kind of tap that horror well and really get us still. Like, what if we had like a haunted house that was based on like Cronenberg's The Fly? Or, you know, we had the Eraserhead, inspired by Eraserhead, you know, like really like tap into some of our like visceral fears, you know, like Gus Van Sant's Antichrist inspired, you know, 18 and over situation, or like just, you know, like some like be reckless with an infant in a room, or having like, you know, 9 crying abuelas all together, you know, really just like make us feel bad. But it's Halloween, and really what I'm most excited about though is that it's like the official start of Christmas. I can bust out the tree. I can start putting my lights up. It's also known as Michael Bublé's busy season. You know, like, have you noticed that Michael Bublé has nothing else to do the rest of the year besides, you know, the time between Halloween and Christmas? Like, I seriously think that he might be just like, you know, the GM of a Halloween superstore, maybe a tax accountant the rest of the year. Him and the guys from Mannheim Steamroller are just like managing some Airbnbs and the like, you know, wherever all those ladies go in Tennessee for their bachelorette parties. But yeah, Michael Bublé, interesting dude. Another fun thing to do is go on Zillow in your like hometown or like where you like sowed your wild oats and like see what they're asking for. And just be like, ooh, they want $300,000 for the house that I saw somebody smoke crack in for the very first time. And it's like, that swimming pool might be haunted. I know a kid that hit his head very hard as he jumped off the roof. But yeah, that's fun. But on the way here, I like just kind of driving. You notice that the like billboards are all for things that used to be illegal back in the day. Like, it's all just like weed and online bookies and stuff like that. It made me think that like there was just like an extra step back in like the 90s and early 2000s to getting all of the things that we like now have. You had to know a guy, you know, like you know, in order to get you know weed or place a bet, you had to have like your mom's younger brother or some guy that your dad knew from the like taekwondo gym, and then like they could get you weed or place a bet or get you the box. Does anybody remember what the box was? Okay, so it was before Hulu. You had to know a guy, and then he would get you this box that got you all of the cable channels and like the Spice Channel and like all that shit. Or if you wanted like music back in the day, you would just go to Columbia House and like pretend that you were gonna buy a bunch of CDs from them and then like never pay the bill. It was great. What else do we got here? Yeah, so I'm going to a lot of weddings, and I've noticed recently that there's something that's like really missing, and I understand why, but I really think that we need to figure out a way to get the remix to Ignition to be like, you know, able to be played in public areas, because like if you want to bring people out to the dance floor, like that is the song. And I think I figured it out. You know how like Taylor Swift just put out 1989 Taylor's version? What if we just like find somebody that sounds like R. Kelly, and then we could re-record all of his music and then not feel bad when we played it? We could get a reality show where it'll be like, this week you're singing R. Kelly's gospel music, and now it's Bedroom Jams week. Yeah, so I think that's a moneymaker right there. Somebody who shouldn't be making money, whoever is the like ambassador to food in the city of Chicago, because everything that you've ever heard of, like their main like showcase foods, are trash. They are, like, seriously. The people of Chicago have to defend like how bad deep dish pizza is with, we have another type of pizza that the locals eat. Like seriously, deep dish, terrible, but not even as bad as the way that they treat their hot dogs. I'm serious. Like they have to put a salad on top of this shit, and then they have the gall to say that you're not allowed to put ketchup on your hot dogs. I mean, I come from Pittsburgher blood, and them's fighting words, but like seriously. And then they have their like wet, soggy ass meat sandwich that they've got going on. Like it just defies everything that should be a sandwich, and you've got like a wet mess in your hand. Finally, Dan brought it up. They think that it's fun to tell people that you should be drinking Malort for some reason, which is bug spray flavored alcohol. It's terrible. Whoever came up with this like trifecta of things of Chicago food culture seriously needs to be like pushed in the river. They're doing their job terribly, and yeah, no more money for them. So something that was fun that I saw recently was I was at Trader Joe's, and there was a dad with his son there, like doing their shopping or whatever. But like son was like maybe 12, but he had like wisps of a mustache going on. I'm just trying to give you a visual, you know. And he's like 3 steps behind his dad, and they're playing Depeche Mode, and he's like doing a TikTok dance or something behind, but it's like, pain, will you return it? And it just looked like he was in a cage in like 1988 at like a goth club. And I just like really hope that he got really into Depeche Mode, and like maybe his like mom catches him at some point in time, and it's just like, oh my God, what happened to you, Hunter? And he's like, was it a drag queen that read a story to you? And he's like, nah, pop music from the Reagan era, Mom. That's what got me. All right, it's Halloween. Here's one of the It's Halloween. Here's some spooky. Here's a spooky encounter that your boy had once. So I was like 22 maybe, and I'd gone out to eat earlier in the day, and I'd like forgotten my card. It was my card, and like in the little hold thingy when you're paying your bill or whatever. So I go to a gas station. It's like 2 a.m, and a gentleman walks up to me and is like, hello, sir. My car broke down a mile down the road, and I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a ride. And I'm like, sure, whatever, get my car. And we start driving, and then his story immediately changes, and he has to go pick up a part somewhere from a friend, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And so we pull into a parking lot of a apartment complex that had no lights on, and as I pull in, 4 teenagers with their hands down their pants like this go and block off the only entrance that there is into the apartment complex. And our friend sees the last $5 that I have that I was going to put in my car, the only money that I have on an empty tank, and he goes, I'll bring this back to you, bye, and then he disappears. So I can't escape. I can't run over the presumably armed teenagers that are blocking the place. And our man comes back in a completely different mood. He's like, go, drive, 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 drive. And so we're just like kind of pacing around downtown Mesa area at 2 a.m. And then he finally sees something, rolls down the window, motions over, and 2 women in like very scantily clad clothes walk up to the door. I'm assuming they're prostitutes. And he's like, says something, and they get in my car. The light turns green, and we have to take off. He goes, yo, you hear Randy died? Apparently, Randy means a lot to the toothless 50-year-old woman in the back of our car, because she starts bawling. And meanwhile, I'm still on red. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. And then finally, they decide they have a destination. I get them there. They get out of the car, and I was like, hey, buddy, you said you'd be able to get me that $5 back. And he goes, you're just wasting gas sitting here arguing with me. And then closes the door, and I never see him ever again. But that's about the closest to death that I've ever been to. All right, so I'll end with this. Apparently, everybody's doing impressions today because I guess it's Halloween and it's like costumes with your voice or something. So I have some like really specific impressions that I've got. My first impression is going to be Bob Dylan singing Elvis's "In the Ghetto." On a cold and gray Chicago morn, a poor little baby child was born in the ghetto, and his mama cried. All right, that is Bob Dylan singing "In the Ghetto." All right, my next impression is going to be Ray Romano, after being asked what happened at the bachelorette or bachelor party that you just got back from. And that was Ray Romano describing the bachelor party that he just got back from. So like back in like 2008-ish, Owen Wilson was dating Kate Hudson, and he tried to kill himself by slitting his wrists. And the first thing that he did was call Kate Hudson instead of 911. That's what this is what the phone call probably sounded like. Kate. Oh, fuck, I messed it up. Sam, this is my Bernie Mac. I don't have a... Hey, nah, fuck it, whatever. All right, my last impression is what every male comic wishes they could hear. You were hilarious, son. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Mr. Ricky Brindley. Let's hear it for Mr. Ricky Brindley. Mr. Ricky Brindley. Don't even play. Don't even. So stupid. When I was hanging out with the Sugar Hill Gang, I said a hip hop. Okay. I didn't know what to wear, so I just wore the same thing, bro. I love the hat that I did. You inspired me. That video from last week was killer. How you doing? You good? Right on. You got any drugs on you? Let's switch. What do you got? I'll give you some of what I got. What do you got? I'm just kidding. You know, here, Raven's known for like you walk by him and he hits you like right in the mouth with a gummy and you don't even know what it is. I just gotta swallow that. I hope it was not fucking, you know. Fucking triple-methylphane. Anyway, what's that stuff that fucking you lick the toad? Yeah, DMT. Thank you very much. That's what I'm expecting one of these times. She's like, here, Sean, and like DMT. I'm like, for 15 minutes, to see fractals. I come back. I'm like, okay. Guess no one else has done DMT. I like psychedelics. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raven Gregory, one more time, just a shout out to this man. All right. Stop fucking around. I want to talk so much, but my throat hurts and I sound horrible and annoying. But ladies and gentlemen, this man coming to the stage now is the man that created all this show in like 1958. He built the stage and the sign. We call him the Originator. Please put your hands together for Mr. John Henry.
Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm the brawny paper towel guy, by the way. That's why I carry this around. I have to have this so you know that I'm just the brawny paper towel guy if he let himself go. And not John Goodman from Roseanne if he got in better shape. That's what it is for me now. That's life right now for me. If I want to dress up as Halloween for anything, I'm this guy if he let himself go. I can play any character in American cinema as long as he's a white man and he let himself go. That's it. Who are you? I'm Brad Pitt from Fight Club, if you stop caring. That's who I am. There's not an actor I can't be, except for Danny DeVito. I'll still leave that to Cierra. But everybody else, I am a white man who let himself go. She's done it before.
Do it again.
She'll do it again. Yeah. Before, when Ricky was on stage, I got up because, I don't want to watch Ricky. So I got up. I had to grab a beer. So I got up out of my seat real quick, and I knocked the beer over. This poor young woman over here, I knocked her beer over. I knocked her whole table over. My ass just hit the table, and everything went flying. And the beer, and I'm like, oh my God, and I grab napkins, and I'm like, oh, and I gotta run to the other room to get napkins. I pushed my paper towels out of the way to get napkins. It was so frantic. And then I realized, but then no one would know who I am. So what are you gonna do? When I was buying these today, it made me think. Usually when I go to the grocery store and I'm buying things like paper towels or toilet paper, I have Miss Nicole with me, who is around here somewhere, and we share a life together, and it's wonderful. But she always makes me do paper towel math when we're at the store. And what that is if you see these paper towels right here, it says here 2 double rolls equals 4 regular rolls. That's a thing. And these were $2.99 for 2 double rolls. That equal 4 regular rolls. But then the one next to it was 6 triple rolls, right? But that was $14. And then there's the off-brand one that's 8 regular rolls, but it's only $9.99. And while we're in the store, I got to sit here while she does the fucking math to figure out which is the best value of paper towel to get, because it's very important for her to get the best value. And she's doing this, and by the way, I'm good at math, but you have to send this shit off to NASA to figure out, you know what I mean? Like, we're dividing paper towel rolls and how big they are and how many 100 sheets in a roll, but this one's got 50 sheets, but it's thicker, but there's 6 rolls minus 9. And the whole time I'm thinking, for you, it's all free. I gotta pay for it. And the 5 minutes this is taking is not worth the extra 32 cents. That didn't go over as well as I thought. But I think everybody's on Nicole's side. If you weren't here, they would have laughed at that. She gets free paper towels, guys. That's the point.
Free
Paper towels are underrated, I think. No one really thinks about paper towels until they run out of toilet paper. Then all you're thinking is, how many of these can I flush? Because you can't, which I made that mistake once, you can't just rip a fucking roll of paper towels like you do toilet paper and wipe with them. You got to do like a half a square at a time. How are these toilet paper towel jokes doing for you, Raven? You liking these? Good, all right. Thank you. You know how hard it is to write 10 minutes with a fucking paper towel material? These are the best paper towel jokes. My jokes are paper towels and y'all are blue liquid. And I'm going to soak it all up right now, just like they do in the commercials. That all right. Moving on. But here wants a massage. I'm really good at massage. So you know. Anyone? No one? After the show, backseat of my car, ladies, men, I don't care. My last two girlfriends, true story. My last two girlfriends, they were so impressed. They were, both of them, independently, were like, you should be like a professional massage giver guy. I don't know, misogynist. Misogynist, that's what they said. Masseuse? No. Who said it? Was that a woman that said that? I can't see. Oh, stupid bitch. No, misogynist is what it's called. A man would know. Oh, yeah. So anyway, things are going well. I was driving last week, and I drive a lot, and I'm coming to the intersection, and the light is green, and a car ran a red light. Like, not even there, just ran the red light, and then right behind him another car, and then a third car, and now I'm starting to slow down. I'm like, all right, something's happening here. And I notice there's like a cop, and the lights are on. I'm like, okay, there's a thing, and then I get closer. I'm like, oh, that's not a cop. It's one of those funeral escort guys. And this is a funeral procession, and we all have to stop and wait for the cars to go to the funeral. And I am trying to get to the strip club. You know what I mean? Like, happy hour ends at 6:30. They put away all those fried egg rolls after that. So I'm in a hurry. And I can't, for the life of me, figure out, why are they in a hurry to get to the grave? Like, we can wait for traffic. Like, we can all meet there. We can just, like, have an agreed time to be there and be there at the same time. We don't have to drive together in a line to get to the grave. And, by the way, my light was green. I could have not been paying attention to just cause another accident. And I realized at that moment, this shit's a fucking scam. Big Funeral is doing funeral processions to cause more accidents, to cause more funerals, to cause more funeral processions.
Big funeral.
Too real. Too soon. So you said you have some drugs, Raven? Yeah? I don't so much. He's got so much. I don't do drugs, actually. I don't do any drugs. And I know, it's not popular. Alcohol is my. Dude, look at me. Would a man my size do any kind of hard drugs whatsoever and live through it? No. Here's the thing. I have no problem with people that do drugs. I know they're cool. I've never been cool. That's fine. Whatever. But the biggest problem is I don't understand drug math. That's really all it is. Like, I've never done drugs. But, you see on TV, you have an ounce or a nickel or a dime or a brick or a kilo or a fucking 8-ball. Pick a measurement is all I'm saying. Like, none of these make sense to me. I don't know if I'm getting a good deal or if I'm getting screwed. Just, seriously, just give me a ping pong ball. Start me out with that, and I'll be doing beach balls in no time, I promise. I just want to know what I'm getting for my money. It's my big closer, you guys. You're all very welcome. I have no bad impressions for you. I'm sorry. I fucked it all up. Thank you. Happy Halloween. Good night.
John Henry, ladies and gentlemen, the original Brawny guy. John Henry, let's hear it for that hot shit son of a bitch. God damn, I just lost my voice this week, kid. It's horrible. I sound like crazy. Oh, I remember you. You were here before, right? Yeah, you're cool. Hey, let's hear for the coolest chick in the building right now, right here. Yes, 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 yes. She was here before. I just recognized her, but I was like, Jesus, I sound like shit. I looked at you like, sound like shit. Like, we're old friends. She's like, you do? Okay. Someone told me, they said, you should have some tea with honey. They've been trying to give you advice, and it's just nothing works, dude. I just couldn't even smoke pot. It's the worst. But there's a thing. I went to the doctor, and they prescribed me promethazine, like codeine, like the shit that rappers get. Yeah. Dude, I was fucking lit for 4 days on the couch. Like, me and Waylon just wrote so many rap songs. It was great.
It's not been the same since Activist.
I swear to God, it's so good. I had my cup. Anyway, all right. This next hot shit coming to the stage. We love her the most, and she's probably the greatest of all time. By the way, if there's any other candy in the room, let me know. I'm starting to have a sweet tooth. I need that. I need some chocolate. Raven, I only did I only did 1 gram of mushrooms tonight. Just 1. And I got the munchies. Dude, don't tell anybody though. Just between you and me. I'm fucking dying back there. I can't talk. I'm high as fuck. It's so funny. Raven, don't blow my cover. I love making him laugh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest of all time is coming to the stage. Please put your hands together for our favorite, Miss Cierra, Renee, Miranda.
Thank you, Bridget's last laugh. Go Diamondbacks. I picked out this costume. It was very hard for me to find because I really tried hard on this outfit. So thank you so much. I obviously have the best costume. Worked harder than Ricky, worked harder than Monét, worked harder than anyone. I worked so fucking hard on this costume. You can tell, it's not even right. Like, I was trying to pull it down, and then it's like, well, your shoulders are up. I'm like, those are my shoulders, you know? And then it's like, you pull it down, so I walked by Monét, and I was like, I'm a hot dog. She goes, you're a little smoky, is what you are. And I thought that was really cute. And I was like, give me back my costume, bitch, you know? She texted me earlier, and she's like, can I please be Queen of the Damned? And I was like, fine, I guess. I don't know if you have the body for it, but I guess. She looks smoking. But yes, I'm a little smoky tonight. I figured, I was gonna be a wiener, get what you haven't had in a while. You know what I mean? I'll dress what I look like, I love you. I love that Sean's like, oh God, my voice sounds so awful. It sounds like literally the exact same voice it's always sounded like. Oh yeah, only he can't just hit the high notes is all. That's what he said about it. He's like, living space. He's mad because he can't hit living spaces. Everything else, still cheese grater. It's,
Living spaces.
There you go. I remember when I first met him, I thought it was going to be really funny to talk shit about him because he was the host. And I was like, that's fun. Hosts love that, right? And so I went on stage and I was like, oh, doesn't he sound like Mo from fucking from Simpsons shit? He sounds like Mo, like Mo's Tavern. And then the rest of the night, this motherfucker was like, do I, motherfucker? And he was just in the back of the room, fucking louder than I could ever be on the microphone. He's like, oh, am I Mo? Am I Mo from Mo's Tavern? Oh, fuck. And then he was just doing fucking, Amanda hug and kiss, huh, you bitch? It was so great. It was amazing. I learned my lesson. I don't necessarily have any jokes. I thought I would tell you, not that anyone else has had jokes tonight. Am I right? Bap, 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 bap. That was for you, because fuck John, am I right? One more white guy. Let me hear some more, right? John, you are my best material. Do not cut me off. I will get no laughs if I can't make fun of you, please. Oh, man. I thought I would tell you a spooky story, a little spooky behavior. I'll tell you a scary story about what happened to me the last couple of months. So I'll tell you a nice little story. It's fucking ridiculous. I Scariest thing happened to me. I had to go live with my girlfriend's family for 2 months. Isn't that fucking nuts? It was great. I know, right? And this is like the first time meeting them, like first like real fucking time meeting them, right? And you're like, hi, I will now be one with your family. And you will see me in pajamas all the time. Like, it's not cute, right? I don't do my hair. So, we're going to just get this together. I will just say this, though. I think it's hilarious. So I had met them once before for, like, Memorial Day weekend, and then there's a family emergency, and, like, I was like, absolutely, let's run together, and we went to Chicago, stayed in the family house, and I had a fucking great time, man. It was a family emergency, but honestly, what a blast. But I was stoned one night, and the weirdest thing about meeting, like, your in-laws, I guess you'd say, or whatever, right? Like, not to, like, jump the gun, sorry, but, like meeting the in-laws is like you're in their house, and just like I was real stoned, like I was high on edibles, and it's just stupid. But like at any part of the day, you're just like totally fucking naked in the same house as them, Like you're just like ass naked, and you're like at any moment, like you could be right across a fucking paper thin door, and my twat's just fucking out, Like it's just weird, and like them too. It's like, dude, your balls are just like 10 feet away from me right now, I don't know, it's just fucking weird. So I went to bed with that on my mind. So I'll tell you this spooky story. No, it's a fucking nut job. So, and don't worry, it's all approved, so you don't have to feel uncomfortable. She told me to tell the story. We had to go to a funeral, and it was, like, I if you don't have the crazy part of your family, right, then cliche is you are the crazy part of your family, Right, like everyone has a fucking nutcase in their family. So nothing's more amazing than death brings the best out of everyone, So the best thing is like when, I went through it, like I had fucking nutcase fucking family, and, poor thing, so does she. So we go to this visitation, like a viewing. And, it was Swedish people. And I was like, I'll bring the rosaries. They're like, we don't need those. You fucking Mexican. And I was like, when do we pray? I know it in Spanish. It's the only Spanish I fucking know. But we go, and so she has a nut job fucking aunt. And the whole point is we're going to go to the visitation. Then we're going to have this awesome fucking, like, nice little sit-down dinner for everyone to, talk and hang out and say good things about, our loved one. But this nut job aunt, she's sorry. Her name is Cunt. Wait, we named her that. Okay, that's right. So so this nut job fucking cunt aunt, right, rolls up, and she rolls up to the visitation, and she brings friends. Like, what fucking nutcase friend is like, oh yeah, you need backup at your funeral? Like, what is this, the mafia? Like, who the fuck wants to go to a funeral today? Like, I'll go to Applebee's afterwards with you and get Dollaritas, I'm not going to a fucking funeral with you. So she brings her minions, right? So homegirl rolls up, and she has her fucking minions with her, and they were dressed so appropriately. One broad was in head-to-toe denim, and I mean head-to-toe denim. Like, it was like a paperboy hat, like the fucking extra, like that type of fucking hat, but full on denim. And she was like, this isn't good enough for a funeral, so she fucking bedazzled it, and she had like fucking jewels and rhinestones, like mirrors, like fucking like spare change, like just shit all over this fucking denim hat, right? Like, read all about it, we're going to a funeral. And so she's there, they fucking roll up, and so this broad, they're all very heavy, they're very bottom set, they're very stabilized, they're very pear-shaped, and I put on a few pounds, so I was like, I could take them, right? Like, if there's a problem, and I'm like, I think I got this, but like, they got a lot of stability here, right? So they walk through, and like, I'm trying to, let me be the one, right? So I'll fucking tell them they're not welcome, right? But I'm also a little bitch, right? So I was like, excuse me, are you welcome here? And this broad just like, I thought I could do it. I had a good stance and everything, I had like fucking Nauticas on, and I was like, I think I can do this. And this fucking pierogi just like fucking bumps through me like she's a whole fucking roll, like she's a nice fucking sourdough loaf. And she just fucking powers through me, and she's like, I am the sister-in-law. And we're like, nobody knows you, right? So these fucking these bitches roll fucking through. It was phenomenal to watch, like, I think like 50-some-year-old women just like assaulting young women the whole time, just like powering through everyone. So at one point, they're asked to leave. And the best part is they fucking flip out. And so they just start like, I mean, everyone, like, all three of them are just like fucking, just like moving around this restaurant, you know, just like fucking. At one point, this broad, her aunt, is mad at me. This aunt's very upset with me because I've asked her to leave, and I've like so like she barrels through the owner of the restaurant, you know, and the restaurant owner's very thin, and God bless her, she had her wine glass in her hand, and she's like, "You're not welcome here," and she's like, "I'm welcome anywhere," you know, and she like fucking barrels through, and so the owner she's smart, you know, she's like, "Oh, I'm the owner," so she like makes a big scene, she's like, "Blah," you know, and she like her fucking wine glass is like this, but God bless her, she doesn't spill a fucking drop, right? She falls, fucking furniture falls, fucking plates fall, not a drip, right? So I'm like following out, exactly. So I'm like, I'm on her side. So I'm following out, making sure this broad doesn't come back in, the fucking pierogi. And it's a nice little fucking meaty, you know, like a nice little fucking heavy loaf. And so I go out there and she's real pissed off with me. And so she's like in my face like this, right? Because at one point my girlfriend comes out and she just goes, "Hey, that's why you're not invited ever. That's why nobody likes you know, just like real calm, real nice stuff." And so it pissed off her aunt. So, you know, they go back inside and her aunt's in my face. And God bless her soul, she says like the craziest shit, right? And she goes like this. She's like, "You think you know everything about me?" I've never met this woman, okay? I barely knew what she looked like. "You think you know everything about me?" I do not. And she's like, "You just think you know everything because you're her scissoring bitch." Isn't that great? It was like a 50-some-year-old woman or some shit, right? And I thought that was great, because I was like, first of all, nicest thing anyone's ever assumed about me. Scissoring bitch. Like, first of all, for you to think I have the core strength to even, like, stick with something like that for, like, 3 seconds of like, "Oh, there it is." Nope, lost it again. Nope. Was that? Nope. Oh. No, that was it. Was your belly button? Oh. I knew it. She's such a stupid cunt. This bitch is so fucking dumb, right? Because she don't know me. So she's like, "Oh, well, you know, like, oh, she's with the broad. You know, she's with this bitch. So, like, obviously she's going to hate homophobic slurs." I'm like, I don't even fucking know all of them. You know, like, I don't even. So she's like, you know, "You scissoring bitch." It's just annoying. First of all, that's like the most heterosexual fucking thing to say. Like, anyone who's anyone knows. Like, God bless. I feel bad for like bi-curious broads who like some bitch is gonna be like, "Do you scissor?" Say no. Say no to drugs. Say no to scissoring. It's fucking a lie. It's an urban legend. It's just what we tell men. You know, it's just for men. It's just so that you can fucking make a porn about it one day, and then it's just two bitches with too long of nails just rubbing their fucking crotches together in a terrible porn, just like, I just hate it. And they make the weirdest noises. I'm on a tangent, but if you've ever, you know, the noises. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. It sounds like, it kind of sounds like Bernie Mac, you know. "Hi, scared of you motherfuckers." That's how you do it. Something like that, you know. "Kick it," you know, something like that. I'm sweating through this thing. So how else? Oh, okay. So it ends with, so I really, really hate her because of all that happened, you know, like she's a piece of shit, you know, made my girlfriend feel like shit. But the next morning, because she's, again, in her 50s, you know, the best way to end a fight is via Facebook. So she puts on Facebook a really super detailed message, and it said, "So embarrassed, don't want to talk about it." You know, that type shit. You know, that old people type shit. You know, like that, like, you know. And then like all these fucking 60-year-olds are like, "Tell me what happened. What is it? Oh my God, I'm here for you. Prayers." You know. And then a lot of these, a lot of those, a lot of this. lot of eyes, yeah. They're like, the kids are doing this, right? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then I was so proud of my girlfriend because I was scared that I didn't see her for a minute. Like, I couldn't find her in the house. I was like, oh my God, she's probably like, it's probably really affecting her. And then, so I went to go look for her. And no, she was just laying in bed with some leftover Jimmy John's and a Bud Light, just like answering back. And she's like, what actually happened was, and it was like this nice fucking, and then like the bitch was getting really mad, like going back and forth with her. And it was amazing. Turns out they threatened, like a lot of old people were like, you better sue. You know, obviously they're white. So like all these white folks were like, you gotta sue them. You know, there's nothing to sue about. So she did. So that's the beautiful end of this tale. She did. She ended up, so we ended up coming home. That was in Chicago. We came home like 2 weeks after we were home. I get a call. I get a call from a detective. In fucking Palos Park, it's called. I get a detective from fucking Chicago, and I love this guy so much. And here's the thing. Usually, I get it. It's like, oh, you know, like, you know, cops aren't, you know, cops aren't the, you know, greatest people, you know, we're very judgmental of them right now, and I get it. We're hard on him. This guy's a good guy. He calls me. This guy's a good one. And he calls me, and he's like, hey, this is fucking so-and-so from whatever fucking so-and-so thing. And I was like, hello, how are you, officer, right? Because I grew up in a white fucking school, so I know what the fuck I'm doing. And so I'm like, yes, officer, how are you? How is everything going today? And I loved him. He goes, not great. And I said, oh, no, why? Like, I have no idea what this call is about. I haven't been texted by like 3 different people in the family, and I'm like, I got y'all. What do you need me to say? This bitch is going down, right? So I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I've been at this he's like, I've called 17 different people by now. I hate the story, right? And I'm like, great, let's talk. Oh my God, this guy was amazing. But straight up, the best thing about it is that she claimed that like everyone pushed her. You know, we were telling her, pay your fucking tab and all this shit. And in the end, this officer, I was getting very upset with the aunt because I'm sitting here standing up for a fucking cop, you know? Even though I'm on like, I don't even pay my fucking registration on my car, you know? And I'm like, the cop didn't do everything wrong, you know? Listen to him. But good news is now there's a false claim on her because now she fucked up. And there's a video on it. And God bless, it shows everything I fucking said. And she shoves the fucking bitch. And so turns out like the cop talked to me. He like literally like took down my name and was like, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I said, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Officer Man. I forgot the rest of it, but either way, we're all good now. So that was my spooky story for you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Sean McCarthy. Happy Halloween.
Cierra, Renee, Miranda. Yes, the great one. Sure, it'd be funny if you run into her again and you look at her and you go, who's the scissoring bitch now, bitch? Just like all stupid. What a twat. All right. Woo-wee. All right. Hey, so funny. I knew the Diamondbacks were playing and the town was going to be a little sad, and I knew it was Halloween, and we never do a show on Halloween, so I was like, I didn't know what to expect. But what a nice crowd has turned out tonight to see some of my very funny friends. And by the way, I really do sound horrible. I know. I swear to God. I know I may sound like this normal, but like it's the worst. I can't do any. It's just my. Anyway, let's move forward. Our last comedian of the evening has been our resident comedian for the whole month of October. We think that she's wonderful, and we said, hey, we'll make you our resident comedian. So she's been here every Tuesday of this month, and she's our resident comedian for the month. And because we make some money from the bar, we're able to pay her some cash for doing that, which is awesome. And she's been amazing all month and killing it. And she even hosted last week when I couldn't speak or talk at all. She took over the show and just hosted it and did a fucking great job. But her stand-up's been killing it all month, and everybody loves her dearly, and she's going to close out the show tonight. Please put your hands together for one of our favorites, resident comedian Monét.
What's up, Brigett? How y'all doing? Yeah, Cierra looked like an uncircumcised micro penis, didn't she? She kept trying to pull it down, but nothing with head was still there. There's just nothing left. I love this place. This is the only place that has 5-star and dive bar in the logo, but it is a classy little hole in the wall, isn't it? I was smoking a lot and thinking about my costume too much. I was caught up in my head, and I was like, how come you never see vampires in Africa? And then I thought about it, and I was like, the sun doesn't burn us up, so that does make sense that there wouldn't be vampires there, right? Yeah. I was also wondering, well, black people aren't really into vampires, like all those vampire stories and everything. We are into hood zombies. So just like regular crackheads, maybe it looks like Britney Spears or DMX from the back, and then they turn around and they're bit, and then next thing you know, they want to like squeegee your windows, or they still need $1 even though they're a zombie. I'm like, no, that's pretty fucking creepy. I had to forget that I wasn't a vampire because there was somebody out in the parking lot driving through all fast trying to cut me off, and then he was like, hey, bite me. And I was like, yo, what's up? I'll bite you for real. Like, come on, for real. He was like, you need to get a life. I said, pull your car over here and I'm gonna take yours. Okay, I'm really on this vampire stuff right now. But if you haven't noticed, I'm Aaliyah from Queen of the Damned, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome movie. And speaking of Aaliyah, I got a little joke for you. What is over R. Kelly's bed? What is over R. Kelly's bed? A canopy. A can. OP. A canopy. Yeah. I kind of look like the Temu version of Aaliyah, though. Like, I got this outfit off of Temu 6 months ago, but I got it yesterday, so it's pretty awesome. You guys know how that works. Speaking of smoking a lot, I am a naturopathic doctor and a professional hypnotist besides this. Yep. But I'm a cancer survivor, so I have to decide if I want to be professional or if I want to smoke. And when I smoke like a lot, right? I smoke so much, mosquitoes don't even want to bite me, because if they bite me, they're going to have the munchies all night and just be working overtime for no damn reason. Nah, but one night I smoked so much, I literally turned into an edible. I was like 5,000 milligrams of chocolate. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I knew I was an edible because my man was like going down on me. And next thing you know, he was in a coma, just sleep. I was like, hello, are you still there? He woke up later and he was like, oh, babe, I'm so hungry. And I was like, well, keep on eating, because head is my love language. Head is my love language. You're doing an awesome job. Just keep going. And he was like, babe, I can't because I have cotton mouth. I was like, well, I just squirted it in his face and fixed that all up. Right, I need those towels, those brownie towels right there. No, but yeah, I had turned into edible one day. So also being in medicine, I'm always keeping up with medical news and everything, right? So have you guys heard about the FDA approving the sale of lab-grown meat? Yes. That's pretty gross, right? That's man-made flesh. I can't even bite into that at all. But that would be weird. I was excited about the man-made flesh until I went down to the sex shop and I found out they don't carry any, and I was like, damn. I'm tired of plastic and God-grown meat, you know what I'm saying? But maybe AI will come out with something, and instead of Alexa, I'll be like, ooh, Alejandro, vibrate harder for me. Let's go ahead and get that vibrations on. As a hypnotist, I'm also like black people's superhero. Yep. So whenever they can't find Charleston White or Johnny Cochran or something like that, they come and get me. They just think I can fix everything for them. So I thought I had a homegirl. We were going to go have mimosas and everything, but then she took me to the courthouse. And she was like, can't you just hypnotize the judge to get me out of these PPP loans? I was like, no, bitch, we're not going to jail. I'm not going to jail for you at all. And then she was like, well, can't you just hypnotize my baby daddy to start paying his child support and stuff? I'm like, no, I cannot do that either. So me and my friend of 10 years actually fell out within 5 minutes. It felt like my life was like a movie. And of course it happened because of Facebook, right? Facebook ruins all relationships pretty much. Don't y'all agree? I know, it's kind of crazy. So she had wrote on Facebook, this is the worst loss I ever felt. I can't believe she's gone. R.I.P. Mom. And I was scrolling on my phone, and I was on 1%. My phone died. So I went back in the room to go plug my phone up. She was blowing my phone up before I could even plug it up. She's like, oh, you laughing about my mom? She started sounding like Juvenile. She was like, oh, you think you funny because you a comedian, huh? What you got to say for yourself, huh? What kind of friend are you, huh? I was like, first of all, my phone died like your mom did. Sorry. I said sorry, but she didn't accept that either. At all. Speaking of apologies, is anybody in here married? Anybody? Well, that's good. I mean, I really didn't give a fuck. I was just trying to see who was single for me, because I'm still single, you know. I'm also in this weird part of my life where I'm transitioning. So, yeah, not into a vampire, into a man. Because apparently just getting older means you're switching genders anyway. So I got this fucking chin hair growing. My voice is starting to deepen. And my lips are hanging down like 2 saggy balls. It's pretty crazy. Don't y'all laugh. It's a couple men in here looking like they're transitioning too. Got some. Keep eating that lab-grown meat. You're going to have free titties on the FDA.
Lab-grown meat.
It is not good for you at all. Also coming out to my family as a hypnotist was kind of like coming out of the closet in the 80s. Like nobody wanted to look in my eyes anymore. Everybody thought I was going to do something weird to them that they really like, but they were going to regret later. And I was like, no, I'm just trying to pay these student loans, right? And I also think it's weird that single people think that I don't have bills too, because I'm like, child support and student loans are damn near the same thing. Both of them cost a lot. And you got an STD from having your kids, and I got an STD from making student loans, so we're sort of the same. Not really, I don't have STDs, so don't go. I'm the doctor that fixes you guys' STDs. But anyway, you guys have been absolutely amazing. You could be watching the game. You could be at, what is it called? Slutty Halloween, something else going on. But you guys are here, so go ahead and give it up for yourselves and clap for the most powerful people in the room. Yes, clap for the most powerful people in the room right now, the ladies. Yes, clap for the ladies. Thought I was gonna say white people, huh? Nope. Not at all. White people, I'm not afraid of you guys. I love BDSM, which means I could have never been lynched, okay? Yeah, I'm too much of a freak, man. Look, let me tell you, Master would have tried to put that rope around my neck. I would have flipped my legs up and kissed him right in the motherfucking mouth. Yes, Shabari me, please. If you could take one for the team, I can take one for the race. Straight up. And everybody knows submission is domination, so I just would have kissed him in the mouth and slapped him on the ass and said, go free my people, bitch. Just like that. Anyway, usually I could tell how racist the room is going to be by the number of white women in the room, because there's one thing I know about a white man. It is hard to be racist with some fine black pussy in front of your face. Am I right? Am I right? Don't get mad at me. It's called the Holly Berry effect. And I know it's a real thing, because anytime I'm at a job, right, my brothers, my black men will be like, man, Chad, our supervisor, man, he's fucking racist, man. And I'm just like, really? Not to me. He told me I was getting a raise. Anyway, I got a little dad joke for you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have your nights and let you trick or treat or whatever you decide to be tonight. What do you call a penis that shoots blanks? What do you call a penis that shoots blanks? Come on, y'all. A Halloween. A Halloween. Happy Halloween, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monét. Let's hear for that hot shit right there. Happy Halloween. All right. I know, it sounds like shit. Hey, one more time. Applaud for yourself. Applaud for these cats. It's Halloween. I just ate like fucking a bunch of fucking candy. I'm all jacked up right now. I feel fucking great. And I got dog treats in my pocket. So if anybody wants a little liver snack, come see me. They won't get you high, but the dog loves them. Listen, we do this every week, and we'll be back next week, of course, and the week after. The week after, there's karaoke next door. Please enjoy yourselves. Get home safe and have a nice Halloween. Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate you. Good night.
Comics report to the stage. Comics report to the stage.